Well, welcome back to the Prospect Hub. We talk about Mets prospects and the Mets minor leagues, and of course, in this video, we're going to talk about the Syracuse Mets, which is the Mets AAA affiliate, and they're going to change their name in a couple of years uh, to something that's more relevant to the neighborhood and the area in which the Syracuse team is at. But here we have Mets Merise's recap of what happened this season. This is the one team that did not go to postseason in the Mets minor league system. Basically, there's a lot of guys that are sort of fringe major leaguers and young players that was trying to get their feet wet. I expect this team to be much better next year because all the Met prospects are going to be in AAA next year. Carson Benj, I would expect, Jet Williams, Jacob Reamer, Jonah Tong, Brand Sproat, they're all going to be there, including a few others as well. Kevin Parada, who was a former prospect. We'll see what happens with him. Haven't heard much about him. But this is Mets Merise's recap. Top arms arrive. Now, I need you to watch the entirety of this video, so it's a great way to help me out. The Syracuse Mets in 2025 finished the season with a 77-73 record, placing them in the middle of the International League East standings. The first half was rough. Syracuse stumbled to a 31-44 start, but things flipped after the break as the team rallied for a 45-29 second half. The biggest story of the summer was the late season arrival of four top prospects: Jet Williams, Jonah Tong, Carson Benj, and Ryan Clifford. They joined Brand Sproat and Nolan McLean to form one of the top, most prospect-heavy AAA rosters in recent Mets history. For a level often dominated by veterans, it was a rare sight. On the mound, Nolan McLean was the clear standout. In a notoriously hitter-friendly league, he dominated with a 2.78 ERA over 87 1/3 innings after his May promotion. The success carried over to the majors, where he has quickly cemented his place in David Stearns' long-term plan. So we'll see. He's got to keep it going in spring training. He can't take a step back. We mentioned about him, even though he looked like a veteran, he has an experience as a starter. And we'll see how he does. Because he was obviously when he went to Oklahoma, he was a reliever in Oklahoma, Brand Sproat showed flashes of frontline ability, but battled inconsistency. Across 121 innings, he recorded a 4.24 ERA, 113 strikeouts, highlighted by a brilliant July where he posted a 0.67 ERA over 5 starts to earn his call-up. Jonah Tong made only 2 starts but didn't allow a run in 11 2/3 innings. Beyond that trio, Syracuse's pitching was hit or miss. Blade Tidwell held his own before being traded to the Giants in the Tyler Rogers deal, logging a 4.10 ERA and 97 strikeouts in 87 1/3 innings. The older shuttle squad arms weren't as sharp, even though they were fine in the majors. Brandon Waddell, 5.02 ERA, Justin Hageman, a 5.58 ERA, and Dom Amel, who, by the way, was picked up by the Orioles when the Mets DFA'd him, all had rough years in the minors, but were given cups of coffee at the big league level. So Dom Amel's added to the Mets organization already. They picked him up in the waning days of the season. The bullpen, let me go back down a little bit. And of course, please like this video and hit the subscribe button. The bullpen lacked immediate big league options outside Dylan Ross, a fireballing righty who dominated with a 1.69 ERA and 13.5 strikeouts per 9 innings over 32 innings before a September call-up, although he didn't appear in the game. I think that was a little unfair. The Mets did that. They shouldn't have done that. Felipe De La Cruz and Douglas Orellana remain intriguing with their innate arm talent. Still, both struggled in limited AAA work. De La Cruz with walks and Orellana with both command and contact management. At the plate, Syracuse's offense lacked consistency. The top prospects struggled after arriving. Ryan Clifford with a 754 OPS led the group, followed by Jet Williams with 719 OPS and Carson Benj with 583 OPS. All hovered near the Mendoza line and will likely begin 2026 back in AAA for further development. Leading the way offensively was corner infielder and outfielder Jared Young. In 321 plate appearances with Syracuse, he hit 300 for 396 on base percentage, a 560 slugging percentage. Perhaps he would have outperformed the young Ronnie Mauricio down the stretch, but there's no use looking back anymore. Young will be a minor league free agent at the year's end. Minor league veterans Luke Ritter, Luis De Los Santos, and Gilberto Celestino all possess significant Pro Bowl experience, but limited upside. Ritter, once the Mets minor league home run leader, hit 225, 11 home runs with 438 plate appearances. Celestino was serviceable at 272, but batting average, but had a major hole on the outer half of the plate. De Los Santos was 27, was an early season bench candidate, but it ended with a 627 OPS in AAA. Let's see here. And they go over on this thing. They go over who the manager was. Dick Scott was the manager. We'll see what kind of moves, what kind of changes they're going to be with the minor leagues. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Maybe some guys will get promoted to the major league level. Let's see who the pitching coach is for the AAA team here. AJ Sager. Interesting. Keep an eye on him. I know that they mentioned, I've heard the name JP Arancibia as the bench coach for the Mets. Mets should bring in a guy with some gravitas, a little weight to him. Not some minor league guy. The Mets shouldn't do that. With Mendoza. You need somebody here that could take over in case shit happens and there's a problem with Mendoza. So, according to Mets Rise's top prospects, Mets had on the AAA team this year, number 1, Jet Williams, number 2, Carson Benj, number 4, Nolan McLean, number 5, Brandon Sproat, number 8, Ryan Clifford, at number 20, Jonathan Pintaro, who we saw a little bit of in the majors, and number 23 on this list, Dylan Ross, but he didn't pitch. Again, I thought it was unfair the Mets called him up in September. Why call this young guy up and he's not ready yet? But overall, Syracuse ranked 12th in the league in runs scored and 9th in ERA. Looking ahead, the closest to Queens remain the top guys, and Williams, Benj, and Clifford all are likely to return to Syracuse in 26 for refinement. Each has its flaws, but there's potential to impact the Mets down the road and later in the new season. Well, Benj had a big year until he got to AAA. Mets kind of rushed him. He started in Brooklyn, then went to Binghamton. They pushed him a little hard. I think that's why he kind of fizzled out a little bit in AAA. And Clifford seems to take time to sort of adjust to these leagues. So I expect Clifford to have a big year in AAA. I don't expect him to be with the Mets opening day. I'd be shocked. 2026. I expect Pete Alonso to be back with the Mets. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. He's a clear-cut fill. I mean, he's a clear-cut answer for the Mets in the middle of their lineup, but we'll see. You could also be swayed to not bringing him back as well, but that's a separate issue. But you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Prospect Hut, and I'll see you later.